Okay. Alright. I'm going to put the guitar down because it's easier to get to the point, where the pointer is, about what's going on here. So I've split the discussion fretboard into its caged chambers. I call them chambers now. Alright, so this 3 to 5 here is E to G here. Okay, and that's what that is. I forgot what I was going to say there, but so on the bottom, this is split into, this is an S2L, and this is a warped S3S. Okay, so it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, warp over a half step, 7R2. Okay, normally 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7R2 would be here, but we got to warp this over 1, so it would be 7R2, and that's what it is. And it's about, where is that warp? Where is that warp? And the others work the same, trust me. So with the A, and here's what we get to. What really, really defines that A shape? What makes it different? And this is what this is a critical part of this chart discussion. Here we have, this is unwarped, means there's no warp. Wait, but it's going that way. Yeah, but it's unwarped. What makes it march on, what I say is like, what makes it march on, bum 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 bum, is this 7 here. From this particular shape, and I keep referring back to this, I want to make it easy for you guys. It's this 7 here, and you stack that on top of there, then this is going to stack on top of there, so the 4 will go over the R. Remember, in fourths, so R goes to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything's perfect fourths, unwarped, no tuning warp. Patterns for formation of diatonic scales made from 6 strings tuned in perfect fourths. So when I stack this guy on top of this one, the 4 is going on top of the R, and the 2 is going on top of the 6th. And from the 6th scale degree to the 2nd scale degree is a fourth. 6, 7, root 2. Okay? So over here once more, I'll try to just use this. So in the A shape, the A is defined by starting on the 5th. Anything, and guess what? Anywhere you start on the 5th. All right, so let's say we're in the key of C, okay? So if I want to start here on this G, because the G is the 5th of C, anywhere you start from the 5th, you're going to be playing an A shape. So let's play that A shape. 5, 6, 7, R, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was the A shape. And here it is. Oh my God. And it wasn't destroyed by the warp. That was because I have an unwarped pattern, but we didn't even hit the warp. But look here where we want 6, 7, R. Da-da! Okay, then we're going to warp the pattern, but normally with the A shape that starts on the 5, you see this action here, this pointer here, A shape starts on the 5 of this stack. Normally it would be 5, 6, 7, R, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, R. Okay, then when we go to the 2 again, for R is 1, then we go to the 2 again, we got to warp it over here, but in the unwarped pattern, it would be straight above it, and the stack continues. So that's why we see here is essentially there's a warp between the stack. That's what I kind of consider a whole building block warp, as opposed to, they do get warped on individual levels. All right, so it's like bottom, top, top, middle, bottom. strings get individually warped, and that's what happens when with the guitar. When we want to start, no matter where you start, you build a pattern from using the unwarped, and then when you could hit the warp before string 5, you don't have to start the pattern from the bottom string. So if I want to start a pattern, we got 6 strings here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's just look at this zone right here. Okay, these 6 strings, there's the 3. See how it has a repeat there, but it's unwarped. So if we want to start a pattern from like 5, okay, we can go up 6 strings, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then the top 2 are going to be warped. So starting a pattern from 5 is going to be the A shape. Okay, so we get 5 6 7 R, 2 3 4 5 6 7 R, and then it would warp at the 2. You see where the 2 has warped over? It will warp at the 2. And in actuality, I'm going to show you this right now, where that A is, okay, where we have the A shape, right there, you see it warps at the 2 there. Alright, this thing's now a magnifying glass. It warped at the 2. You see, that was the same, that's what we had over here. That characterizes the A. Okay, now, the bottom, this is a bottom string, start string caged stack. So it doesn't matter this is the bottom string, it's the start string of the cage shape. Because you might have been playing in one shape, and you want to start the next shape, like boogie woogie, you do it on one string and you do it on the next string up. Okay, but you want to follow the mode in like, really kind of modal playing, I'd say, normal playing. So again, there's a difference between the start string and the bottom string. So here we just, 3 doesn't have to be the bottom string all the time. 3 could be the start string, be the 3rd string up. So it'd be 3 6 2, right? The 3rd string up, it would be string 3 from the bottom, string 4 from the bottom, and then the warp would be here. If you warp between the 6 and the 2, what does that should give you the C, right? I'll show you. Warping between the 6 and the 2, here it is. Okay, because remember that the 6th would go to the 2nd in a perfect 4th straight up, but it's warped over. Okay, so that where the warp is can also define what cage position you are. So you could probably define what cage position you're in using any string, but it's easiest to do the bottom string or the warping string, to know those two. The 2 strings where the warp happens. So you got what's above the warp here. Here, let's look at the A again. What's above the warp is the 1 string. What's below the warp is the other string, and we've got the bottom string. So that's 3 strings there that you want to know what's happening about. So that's a good part of the chart, and I think I've made the point there. All right. These are there's overlap here because they do overlap each other. I mean, this looks like really, like, especially on the G here, this looks really weird. This isn't my pentatonic shape. What is this? What is this? Because we're building the patterns first and then warping them into the cage. And for the diatonic, which you want the diatonic, you don't just want a pentatonic scale. Nobody ever made great music doing this. All right, maybe country music and stuff like that. There is great music using whatever. People have just done one note, but you want, the reason why you want all 8 notes is because all of the music tonalities, most of them, can be done in the